Did you know that America is planning to send humans back to the moon by 2025? And that China is building a lunar base in the 2030s? And that India, Japan, Russia, and many private companies are also joining the race to the moon? Why is everyone suddenly so interested in our natural satellite? And what does it mean for the future of humanity? Well, the answer is not so simple. It involves a lot of factors, such as national prestige, scientific discovery, economic opportunity, and even survival. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the reasons behind the new space race and how it's different from the previous one. In the 1960s and 70s, the US and the Soviet Union competed for supremacy in space, driven by the Cold War rivalry and the desire to demonstrate their technological and ideological superiority. The climax of this competition was the Apollo 11 mission, which landed the first humans on the moon in 1969. By 1972, a total of 12 Americans had walked on the lunar surface. But after that, the US lost interest in the moon and focused on other space programs, such as the Space Shuttle and the International Space Station. The Soviet Union also abandoned its lunar ambitions and turned to other projects, such as the Mir Space Station and the Buran Space Shuttle. Fast forward to the 21st century, and the landscape of space exploration has changed dramatically. China has emerged as a major space power, with impressive achievements such as sending its first astronaut to orbit in 2003, landing a rover on the far side of the moon in 2019, and returning lunar samples to Earth in 2020. China also has ambitious plans to build a lunar base in the 2030 and to send humans to Mars in the 2040. Meanwhile, the US has revived its interest in the moon with the Artemis program, which aims to land the first woman and the next man on the moon by 2025, and to establish a sustainable presence there by 2030. The US is also collaborating with its allies, such as Europe, Canada, Japan, and Australia, to build a lunar gateway, a space station that will orbit the moon and serve as a staging point for future missions. In addition, India, Japan, Russia, and many emerging space nations and private companies are also joining the race to the moon with their own missions and goals. For example, India attempted to land a rover on the moon in 2019, but failed at the last moment, but succeed in 2023. Japan successfully landed a rover on moon and have a plan to collect lunar samples in 2024. Russia attempted to land a rover on the moon in 2023, but failed, and private companies such as SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Astrobotic are developing reusable rockets, landers, and rovers to offer commercial services to the moon. So why is the moon so attractive to all these players? And what are the benefits of going there? Well, there are several reasons, such as national prestige. The moon is still a symbol of power and achievement, and landing humans or robots there is a way of showcasing one's capabilities and influence. For example, China wants to demonstrate its rise as a global leader and to challenge the US dominance in space. The US wants to maintain its leadership and to counter the Chinese threat. And other countries want to join the club and to gain recognition and respect. Scientific discovery. The moon is a treasure trove of scientific information, and exploring it can help us learn more about its origin, evolution, geology, and resources. For example, the moon may have water ice at its poles, which could be used for drinking, farming, and making rocket fuel. The moon may also have rare minerals, such as helium-3, which could be used for nuclear fusion. And the moon may also have clues about the history of the solar system and the origin of life on Earth. Economic opportunity. The moon is also a potential market for new industries and services, such as tourism, mining, research, and entertainment. For example, some private companies are planning to offer lunar trips to wealthy customers or to sell lunar land to investors. Some private companies are also planning to mine the moon for valuable resources or to conduct experiments in the low-gravity environment. And some private companies are also planning to create media content on the moon, such as movies, games, and live shows. Survival. The moon is also a possible backup plan for humanity in case of a global catastrophe, such as a nuclear war, a pandemic, a meteor impact, or a climate change. By establishing a permanent colony on the moon, we could ensure the survival of our species and also prepare for further exploration of the solar system and beyond. As you can see, the moon is not just a dead rock in the sky, but a living world full of possibilities and challenges. And the new space race is not just a competition, but a collaboration between nations and companies to unlock the secrets and the potential of the moon. If you're curious about the future of lunar exploration and how it will affect our lives on Earth, then subscribe us. We will come back with another part of Moon Mission and its progress.